Hey guys, it's Maddie. Welcome back to another video on Our Other Life. So this week has been Storytime week, and today I'm going to be telling the story of the time I got in a fight with my teacher. Anyways, I guess we can just get started with the story. Okay, so like I said, this was last year. This started around the end of the year, the school year of 2015. So there was this teacher, and I honestly don't remember her like teacher name, like Mrs. whatever. I know it started with a K, but I honestly don't even remember because she's irrelevant. We're just gonna call her Miss Anderson, because we're not even gonna call her Mrs. Anderson because she does not deserve a husband. Okay, so Miss Anderson was a younger teacher. I'd say she's about 25, 26, 27, somewhere in there, late to middle 20s, I guess. And you know, usually when you have like younger teachers, they're super nice and they're, you know, just nice. So this one was the complete opposite. It's not even that she was like grumpy, like that's not just how it was. It was almost like she was trying to use her superior power to make others feel very bad about themselves. Technically a bully. The definition of a bully, I'll put it up somewhere on the screen, is literally someone who uses superior power to intimidate someone. So that's what she was doing, so I guess we can call her a bully. I just want to say, like, before, I know that I also had a part in this. A fight takes two people. Yes, but I think you guys will understand why I got so heated. This teacher taught me art and religion, and yeah. Those are usually two very, like, subjects I really like. I didn't really like them anymore. Usually, like, through all out school, I've loved those, but until I got this teacher, she really made everything hell. I remember one time I accidentally blended two colors together that weren't on like the color spectrum that we had to choose, and it was literally water paint, so you couldn't really choose how they blended. So she took my paper, ripped it up in a whole bunch of crumbles, and crumpled it up and threw it across the room. And I am not exaggerating with any of this stuff. This is 100% true. Bitchiest person. And I don't even know what's the fact that she was like bitchy. She was literally rude. Like, and usually, like, not even usually, I always give any of my elders respect, like, always. And I don't even think that's an option. Like, I'm so grateful for all these teachers out here that are, like, you know, using their knowledge to teach other people, and that's so amazing. But if you're gonna be like that kind of person who doesn't even like kids, then honestly don't be a teacher. Like, I still always treated her with respect. I did not treat her any different than any of my other teachers. So the only thing really different was that she didn't treat us with respect. So let's get on to how this all started. It was art class, and it was the block right before lunch. So everyone, you know, is excited to get out for lunch and, you know, go eat and go out for your break. I remember what we were exactly learning that day. We were drawing lines. We were practicing how to do perfect squiggly lines and lines, like just normal lines, and yeah. The desks were set up in a way that's very different. So there's 4 people here, a group of 4 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 here, and a group of 4 here. So sitting right here in the 4th quad, there's only one person, and his name, let's call him Adam. So me and Adam did not have a good past. We dated once, and just he made up a lot of rumors and stuff like that. It just wasn't good. Yeah, but during the end of the year, we, you know, got used to each other, and it was fine, not awkward or anything, because he was kind of a part of the friend group. This is where Adam was sitting. I almost said his real name. And here is where my friends were sitting. So I was sitting here, Mila was sitting here, Katie was sitting here, and Ivana was sitting here. So I'm using their real names because they're still my friends to this. Adam puts his piece of paper on the desk. He's just like, oh my god, like this took me like 5 minutes, like, you know, just showing like, I don't know. He's a very like goofy person. So Adam put his paper down and was like, oh my god, like look. And everyone was, you know, just like, we were just having a casual conversation, and Katie says, we should draw on his paper. Now, she said this loud and clear from where Adam could hear this. He did not have any problem with it. He was laughing along. He saw me do this. So basically, we had a metal canister of markers, which we only had because there was only like 4. There was only one metal canister, and we had it at our group for that moment. So I took out a blue marker, and I did a little line across, like not even across the whole paper. I did it on the corner of the paper. Adam had no problem with this at all. He was laughing. It was just still fine. He here's the teacher coming back in, and she doesn't like when people talk. So my personal thought is that if you're putting people in quads, you should not have a problem with people talking. If you're putting 4 of your like friends together, you should not have to like get mad about them talking. You know what I'm saying? So she comes back in and Adam scoots over to his little table. He is kind of looking at everyone's paper and sees Adam's, and then she realizes that there's a marker on it and we're the only ones with markers. So she basically made a big deal and said, "Who drew on this? Like, you need to tell me right now." So then she looks over at our table and then nobody says anything, like, you know. So then she looks at our table and says, "You girls are the only ones with the metal canister, so it has to be one of you guys." And that was when Adam said that it wasn't a big deal. He didn't mind it at all. He said, "I don't really care." She had the most like grumpy tone in her voice, and like she was literally screaming. So that was when she left the room again, and she said, "When I come back, if someone doesn't tell me from this girl quad, if someone doesn't tell me who this was, you guys are all staying in for lunch." So obviously I did not want everyone just to have to stay in because I drew it on a piece of paper, like, no. So I was just like, I'll tell her. I honestly don't even care like what is gonna happen. Honey, you will see what is gonna happen. At this point, she came back in the room and she said, "Are you liars gonna be telling me who did this now?" I just raised my hand and I said, "I did it. Like, can everyone go? Like, what is the big deal?" Johnny was sitting at our table and we were just playing around, and I drew on his paper. Katie told me to draw on his paper. And I said, like, it's not Katie's fault at all. Like, I can get in trouble. Like, I don't care. So that was when she sat down at her desk and was basically making fun of me. She was mocking my voice of how I was saying it, and she was just being like, "Oh, Katie made me do it. Oh, Katie made me do it." This is when she said, "How low do you have to steep to lie to your teacher? How low do you have to steep to make your students feel like shit about themselves every single day?" So at this point, I was just like, I put my head down, and I was like, whenever I get super stressed out or I'm like super like just in a very awkward situation, I will cry. Like, that's just how I am. And yeah, so at that point I started to cry just because I was like stressed out because I knew that something was going to happen if I did not leave the classroom because I was so mad. I walked up to her desk and I asked her if I could go to the bathroom. She said, "No, sit back down." I walked out. I was actually going to go to the bathroom because I wanted to wipe off my tears and, you know, just get all that off, and I also needed to get the fuck out of there because I knew I was going to get mad. So what happened now is, as I was walking out, I hear her say, "Oh my God, you are so stupid." And I'm pretty sure she said that because this is her room and straight ahead is the like doors to go out of the school, and then like around the corner is the bathroom. So I'm pretty sure she thought I was gonna go outside, but still that was not a reasonable like thing to call me stupid. So at this point I turned around, gave her the dirtiest look, and I walked to the office. So when she saw that I was going to the office, I think that she started freaking out because she realized that she just called me stupid, she called me a liar, she called me a brat, and she was mocking me. So I walked in there and she started walking after me. I got there and, like, you know how there's like the little reception lady? I was like, "Hi, do you think you could like get me in to see the principal like right away?" And they were just like, "The principal's not here." And they saw me crying, like I was crying still. So they saw me and they brought me into the vice principal's office. Now, once I got into that vice principal office, that is when I started going off. This is when I started calling her a bitch. I was saying that she is the most disrespectful bitch that I've ever met in my life. She doesn't need to be a teacher. She doesn't know how to be a teacher. She is like the rudest person. You know, I was just saying all this like shit, and I knew I shouldn't have said that because, like, you know, I just had a lot of adrenaline, I think, and I had to like get it out. This is when Miss Anderson comes in and comes through the door, and usually when a door is closed, that means not to open it, especially if someone's in there talking. Are you dumb? Opening the door so hard that the doorknob hit the wall and made like a very like, you know, like a very loud like, you know, bang. And I remember slamming her hand on the vice principal's desk and was also going off. She said, "This student is the most disrespectful student." Note, I was respectful to her until this very day. That I'm a brat, that I am mischievous. The vice principal was telling me, like, no, you cannot call your mom like that. It's not an option right now. So I said, if you do not give me your landline phone, I'm going to use my phone and call my mom myself. And she was on, like, while I was dialing my mom's phone number on my phone, the whole time she was like, do not phone your mom, do not phone your mom, do not phone your mom. I called her and my mom was at Costco. So basically I just told my mom, like, Mom, I got in a fight with teacher, you need to come down here right now. Like, yeah. And the reason for that is because I know that, like, if my mom was there, then she would kind of understand. So my mom got there and she started freaking the fuck out. Oh, she wasn't really freaking out at me, to be honest. She was just kind of like, Maddie, like, what did you get yourself into? And she was freaking out with the vice principal for, like, her saying that it wasn't a big deal and she didn't need to come down here. Basically, everything eventually got resolved. Resolved. I still hate that teacher. I mean, I don't go to that school anymore, but honestly, like, probably wondering, like, did you get suspended? Like, what happened? No, I just wasn't able to go to the dance, but then my cool teacher, Mr. Panisha, I remember his name, you cool. He basically told me that he'll make sure I went to dance, and I had a date for this dance, so yeah, it ended up working out, and yeah, so I went to the dance because that teacher, so yeah, so yeah, and I remember that teacher, like, Miss Anderson, being so mad that I was at the dance, like, I didn't get any punishment. So thank you guys so much for watching this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to watch Kaysen's video tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys next Thursday. Bye!